I'm Hank, and this is CBMF. So check this out. Back a few years ago, an extremely popular superhero was shot and killed. He was a famous mainstream character from the golden age of comics, and he was known for being one of the most human of the superhumans. In fact, many considered him to be the pinnacle of human potential. He was shot and assumed dead, but he wasn't really dead because he'd been shot with a sci-fi magic bullet, and that bullet had cut him loose in time, and he had to fight his way back into the present from the past. And while he was gone, his trusty teen sidekick took over his role, so the world would not have to go without that hero. Now, who am I talking about? Well, that's a trick question. I'm talking about two characters. I'm talking about Batman and Captain America. That's right. For a good few years, Batman and Cap had shockingly similar storylines. Cap was struck with a bullet that left him unstuck in time, and Batman was blasted by Darkseid's Omega beams, and both characters had to fight their way back to the present. Both were even temporarily replaced by their former sidekicks. Now, that's all said and done and in the past. But check this out. Here's what could have happened. They could have swapped places. Imagine for a moment if Marvel and DC struck an agreement saying, for 1 year, Marvel gets Bruce Wayne, and for 1 year, DC gets Steve Rogers. Not Batman and Captain America, Bruce Wayne and Steve Rogers. They swap out and go into each other's respective roles. Steve Rogers is Batman, Bruce Wayne is Captain America. Now let me tell you, it's just a theory, but I think it could have been pretty goddamn profitable for both companies. Both Marvel and DC fans would probably buy both books, and a ton of people who'd never read a comic or just hadn't read one in a few years would hear about it and be interested. It's the kind of thing that would make the national news and would inspire a ton of internet debate. And maybe it could have even generated some really good stories too. Bruce Wayne struggling to maintain the optimistic idealism of Captain America. Steve Rogers attempting to embrace the dark fury of Batman. Anyway, that's just a little pitch that occurred to me a few years ago when all this was going down. I'm Hank. This has been CBMF, pitching little Elseworlds and what ifs.